Hello, welcome to Be The Magician. My name is Brandon and welcome to my channel. So this trick I'm about to show you is super easy to do, will fool a lot of people, and all you need is a pack of cards. So grab your pack of cards and let's get into it. Okay, so just before we start, if you are wanting to know what cards I'm using the Shin Lim cards. I don't know if you can purchase these anymore. I've had these a while, so I thought I would try them. And you know what? I'll leave that there actually. They are pretty decent cards. They are really nice cards. Anyway, this is not a review. Let me show you the trick. So it begins with the cards to be shuffled as much as they possibly like. And these cards are legit shuffle. Well, it's not a very good shuffle. We'll give that one more shuffle so it looks a bit better than it was. So you can see the cards are really getting shuffled. And the spectator could shuffle the cards as well. Okay, they really could. So you'd ask your spectator to cut the cards into about 4, 5, 6 packets. And my back would be turned, but I don't. I'm here, I'm on my own. So unfortunately I can't. So let's say they cut the card into quite a few packets like so. And you tell them to, they can mix the packets up as well. It really doesn't matter if you want to do that. Just so you don't feel there's any order of the cards. So what's going to happen is you tell them to take the top card of each one. Like so. There's quite a few cards here. There we go. There we go. And one more here. So, like I said, my back would be turned. And you tell the spectator to look at the highest card. If there's an ace in there, I don't know if there is because I'm not looking. If there's an ace in here, that will be the highest card. So if there's an ace of hearts and an ace of spades, you could choose which ace you want to be the highest. So you could think of the ace of hearts if it was in there. But this is what you're saying to your spectator. Aces are high, and obviously you've got all your numbers, jack, queens and kings. So you tell them to look at the highest card. Like I said, my back would be turned, and then hopefully you saw them cards. They would mix them cards, and they can really get mixed up as much as they possibly like so. So I have no idea where the card is. And the thing is, you could spread and show them the card if you really wanted to, but I'm not going to do that. Because before we started this, I did make a prediction. But the prediction's been in this box the whole entire time. Yes, it's actually a different coloured card. And hopefully, it's the King of Clubs. So that's one way of doing this trick. There's so many different variations and so many different ways you can do this. This is just very easy, very simple, and you guys will be able to do this right away. Okay, so this is the explanation of the trick. So what we need to do is first remove the aces. We don't need the aces in the pack. Okay. Secondly, we've got 4 kings. So what you want to do, there's 2 ways of doing this. You can remove the 3 kings and throw them away, or you can place these kings at the top of the deck. Okay, so I'll explain why you do that. So you can throw them away if you want, the 3 kings, or you can keep them in. But you just want to remember the King of Clubs is at top. And if you're going to do it the exact same way as me, obviously I had the king already in here. We're going to force the King of Clubs. So to do that, I did say they can shuffle the cards, and that is true. But if they shuffle the cards, they're going to do an overhand shuffle 9 out of 10 times. They're not going to do a fancy riffle shuffle like so. They're not going to do that. They will do this. So where they're shuffling the cards, which is a legit shuffle to them, that's keeping them kings together. So when they shuffle them, you can hand the cards back to you, and you can say, look, all the cards are completely different. And while you're saying that, you're going to find the kings and cut them to the top. One more time. So shuffle the cards. They're going to shuffle them. They're happy shuffling. Say, look, all the cards are completely different. And when I say that, when I get to the kings, I break and I say, you could have shuffled them, or is that fair that you shuffle them? And I break here and I look at them. So you could have shuffled absolutely anywhere. That was fair, yes. And soon I do that, then cards go on top. And you've got your 4 kings at the top. So the reason why I have them kings at the top is because of this. If them kings were somewhere in the centre, actually I'll show you this way first. So they're going to cut the cards into about 4, 5, 6 packets. Okay, like so. And now you know the highest card is going to be a king. It could be a jack or a queen, but it's always going to be the king of clubs showing. Because, like I said in the performance, we remove the aces, and I say, look, if you do get an ace, that will be the highest card. So they think there could be an ace here. So we've removed the aces, and the other kings are here. But let's say these kings wasn't here, okay? And you do the cut, and you turn them over, and you've got another king. That's why we have the 3 kings underneath. Well, we have them at the top, basically. Because if we don't, they could cut, and this could be a king as well. Then we've blown it. So that's the only reason why we have the 4 kings at the top. So they can't cut to these. They probably could if they're being silly and cutting little packets like this, then coming back, and then they turn it over, and then yeah, fair enough. But I haven't had that since when I've done this trick. So yeah, it will always be the highest card, the king of clubs. Always, 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 unless you've got a pain of a spectator. So obviously they will take the cards in the hands like so. So you take every card in your hand. I want you to look at the highest card, which is the king of clubs. You already know it's going to be the king of clubs. They can shuffle them, place them anywhere they want, and then you can snap your fingers, you make a prediction, and it's in the box. Yeah, you might think, Brandon, that looks so obvious. Yes, if you're a magician, that may look obvious, but to a layperson, to a normal person who's never seen magic properly, that's going to fool the pants, and probably some magicians. So let's recap that one more time very quickly. So let's remove the 4 kings out of the pack. Oh, brilliant, already at the top. So let's place that here. 4 kings are at the top. King of clubs. Give the card to a spectator to shuffle the cards. Now you're going to come over and say, look, all the cards are completely different. Find the king of clubs, cut everything to the bottom. And you say, I want you to cut these cards into about 4 or 5 packets, or maybe 6. And they'll do this. Might do this. And you say to it, and we know the king of clubs is in one of these packets, which what we need. We know there's not going to be 2 or 3 kings here. They're all at the top, which is what we want. So you tell them to mix the cards up. It doesn't matter. You tell them to take each card one at a time. They'll take every card like so. And you say, I want you to spread through it and look at the highest card and remember it. You know it's going to be the king of clubs. They can shuffle them. It really doesn't matter. And then you can say whatever you want, abracadabra, and then the king appears, or whatever. So that is just one way of doing this trick. Instead of doing that, you don't want no setup with a card going in the box. Do the exact same procedure with the king of clubs. And obviously you know their card, you can say, look, you think of a bit of a mind reading trick. Your black card, a king of clubs, or you can write it down on a piece of paper. So there's different ways of doing this trick, and it's a great way to force a card as well, or force the highest card. So let's get back in that position. They will take a look at the cards like so. You say, take a look at the highest card. Remember the highest card. So think about it. You already know what's going to happen. You know they're going to think of the king of clubs. So that what you could do right now with you knowing what they're going to pick, you could do anything. You could, I don't know, you could plant something in their pocket. You could, if you're using bicycles, you could take it and place it in their pocket before you start the trick. Or you could do a Mercury card fall card on the watch. I know I'm talking quite advanced stuff here, but you could do so many different things just with this move. So I'm going to stop rambling on about this trick. Yes, that was a very quick recap, or a long recap, shall I say. I just wanted to go in a bit of detail as well with this. It is super easy to do. All you have to do is take the king of clubs, or the 4 kings to the top, and remember the top king, and you'll be able to do it right away.